Let's talk about something amazing: wireless power. Imagine sending electricity through the air with no plugs and no messy cables. It sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? Well, this idea is over 100 years old. It all started with a brilliant inventor named Nikola Tesla. He was a true visionary. Tesla dreamed of a world where everyone could get electricity, no matter where they were. He imagined a global system that could send power wirelessly to homes, factories, and even ships at sea. It was a spectacular, world-changing idea that could have connected everyone on the planet. To make his dream a reality, Tesla invented something truly spectacular: the Tesla coil. You might have seen one in a science museum. They make those big, crackling bolts of lightning. A Tesla coil is a special kind of transformer that can create very high voltage electricity. It was Tesla's key to unlocking wireless power transmission. His plan was to use these coils to send electrical energy through the Earth and the atmosphere. He believed that if he could get enough power into the air, people could just pull it down wherever they needed it. It was a bold and beautiful concept. Tesla's biggest and most ambitious project was the Wardenclyffe Tower. It was a giant tower, over 180 feet tall, built in New York. This wasn't just any tower. It was designed to be the first broadcast station for a worldwide wireless system. Tesla poured all his energy and money into this grand experiment. He believed Wardenclyffe would prove that his dream of free, wireless energy for everyone was possible. He conducted several tests, and people nearby saw incredible displays of light and electricity in the sky. It must have looked like magic was happening right before their eyes. So, why aren't we all getting free power from the air today? Well, Tesla's project faced some big problems. Building the Wardenclyffe Tower was incredibly expensive, and he eventually ran out of money. His investors got a bit nervous. They wondered how they could charge people for electricity if anyone could just grab it out of the air for free. It was a difficult business model. Plus, the technology was still very new and not fully understood. Without the funding and support he needed, Tesla had to abandon his magnificent tower. His dream of a wireless world had to wait. For many decades, Tesla's grand vision of wireless power remained just a dream. The world moved on, building a vast network of wires and plugs to deliver electricity. The idea of sending power through the air was mostly forgotten, left in the pages of history books and science fiction stories. It seemed too difficult, too inefficient, and perhaps a little too dangerous for everyday use. But science, as you know, never really gives up on a good idea. It just waits for the right time, the right tools, and the right minds to come along and look at the problem in a new way. That new look came in the early 2000s at a place full of brilliant minds, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT. A team of scientists, led by Professor Marin Solyasik, brought Tesla's dream back to life. They were inspired by a very simple, everyday problem: a mobile phone that kept running out of battery. They started thinking, what if we could charge it without plugging it in? They revisited the principles of electromagnetism that Tesla had worked with, but they added a modern twist. Their goal wasn't to power the whole world, but to do it safely and efficiently over short distances. The MIT team's big breakthrough was something called resonant inductive coupling. That sounds complicated, but the idea is quite simple. Think about how a singer can shatter a glass with just their voice. They sing at the glass's natural frequency, causing it to vibrate more and more until it breaks. The MIT scientists applied this idea to electricity. They used two copper coils tuned to resonate at the same magnetic frequency. One coil, connected to a power source, creates a magnetic field. The other coil, placed nearby, picks up that energy and turns it back into electricity. This was different from Tesla's idea in two important ways. First, it was much safer. The magnetic field they used only interacts with objects tuned to the right frequency. That means the energy goes right to the device you want to charge and doesn't affect people, pets, or other objects in the room. Second, it was much more efficient over short distances. Instead of broadcasting power everywhere like a radio station, it focuses the energy transfer between the two coils. This breakthrough made wireless charging practical for the modern world, paving the way for the gadgets we use every day. Fast forward to today, June 12, 2025, and wireless charging is all around us. You've probably used it yourself. The most common example is the charging pad for your smartphone or smartwatch. You just place your device on the pad and like magic, it starts charging. No more fumbling with tiny cables in the dark. This technology uses inductive charging, which is the direct descendant of that MIT experiment. Inside the charging pad is a coil of wire, and there's another coil inside your phone. When you place them close together, energy jumps from the pad's coil to your phone's coil, charging the battery. This technology isn't just for small gadgets anymore. One of the most exciting uses for wireless charging is with electric vehicles or EVs. Imagine driving your electric car into your garage and it just starts charging automatically. No heavy, dirty cables to plug in. Some cities are even testing roads that can charge EVs while they drive. This is a huge deal because it could solve one of the biggest challenges for electric cars: range anxiety. If cars can charge easily and often, drivers won't have to worry about running out of power on a long journey. There are a couple of different types of wireless charging now. The one we see most often is inductive charging, where the device has to be placed directly on the charging surface. It's simple and works really well. But there's also resonant charging, which is closer to what the MIT team developed. This type can charge devices from a few inches or even a few feet away. You could have a charger on your desk that powers your laptop, phone, and lamp all at the same time, without any of them touching it. This gives us a lot more freedom and flexibility. Of course, we still have some challenges to solve. One is charging speed. Right now, charging with a wire is often faster than charging wirelessly. Scientists are working hard to close that gap. Another challenge is compatibility. For a while, you had to make sure your phone and your charger used the same standard, like Qi, pronounced Qi. Luckily, the industry is getting much better at making sure all devices can work with all chargers. As we solve these problems, wireless charging will become even more convenient and common in our daily lives. So, what does the future hold for wireless charging? I think it's going to be incredible. Consider this, a world with no charging cables at all. Imagine your entire home or office as one big charging zone. You could walk in and all your devices, your phone, your laptop, even medical implants like pacemakers, would start charging automatically. This isn't science fiction. It's what scientists and engineers are working towards right now. The goal is to make power as readily available as Wi-Fi is today. You won't even have to think about charging your devices anymore. It will just happen. The technology will continue to get smarter, safer, and more efficient. We can expect to see charging distances increase, allowing us to power things from across a room. The safety systems will also improve, ensuring that power is only delivered where it's needed and poses no risk to people or pets. Efficiency is also a key area of research. We want to make sure that as little energy as possible is lost during the transfer. This is especially important for high-power applications like charging electric vehicles, where wasting energy means wasting money and resources. The future is not just wireless, it is also green. This wireless revolution could change everything. Think about public spaces like airports, cafes, and train stations. They could have wireless charging built right into the tables and chairs. Factories could power their robotic equipment without cumbersome cables, making them safer and more flexible. We could even see it used to power drones while they are in flight, allowing them to stay in the air for much longer. The possibilities are truly endless, and it all started with Nikola Tesla's dream more than a century ago. We are finally making that dream a practical and powerful reality. Science is a journey of discovery, and the story of wireless charging is a fantastic example of how an old idea can be reborn with new knowledge. It shows us that with curiosity and perseverance, we can solve big problems and build a better future. If you want to learn more, there are many great resources available. You can look up the work of Nikola Tesla, read about the latest research from places like MIT, or check out technology websites that explain how Qi charging works. The world is full of wonders, so go out there, keep asking questions, and never stop exploring.